Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to be a Star Wars film that will be introducing over 8 new characters in this movie by director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So, we do know that Episode 9, at the end of the day, is really going to be a revelation film. It's going to have a lot of these different reveals, these twists and turns and surprises that's going to make us look back at The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and even the entire Skywalker saga in a different light, which could either mean a good or a bad thing for the Star Wars franchise. Like I always say, it's always a matter of execution, how it's going to be written for the movie itself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing is that a description of Kylo Ren inside of his chambers, where it's described that he is holding the pieces of Darth Vader's broken lightsaber, where Vader's charred armor is also seen in the background. It's described that Kylo is analyzing a miniature hologram of his grandfather, where it's described that Vader is talking about a dark side guardian who calls himself Snoke. It's described that Vader unveils that this being who calls himself Snoke was born in the Beyond, and since his departure from that location in the galaxy, he has been desperate to find its location since it's very hard to return to the Beyond. Vader also reveals in the hologram message that Snoke holds powers linked to the origins of the dark side that the Emperor has been searching for, and that Vader kept his alliance with Snoke a secret at all costs. Additionally, it's described that the Vader hologram refers to Snoke as being in existence for roughly 800 years. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because the whole Vader and Snoke alliance is a very interesting part of Episode 9 that I think is really going to change how we view not just Vader in the originals, but also Snoke in the sequels. So what I like about J.J. Abrams right now is that he is going to be explaining certain connections to other characters and exactly how that's going to bridge the gap in between the originals and the sequels, and where that's going to lead for one of the major plot points of this movie involving Darth Sidious. So let's go over the Beyond. Now, this Darth Vader hologram that Kylo Ren is said to own is said to be a message of Darth Vader, pretty much talking about Supreme Leader Snoke and how he was actually originating over in the Beyond. He actually originates from the Beyond itself. Now, what's really exciting about that is that he was born over in the Beyond. That's exactly where he was pretty much created and pretty much put into existence. And ever since he left the Beyond, probably like over 600 years ago, it must have been a very long time ago, ever since he left, Snoke has been having a very difficult time discovering that exact location once again, and that's exactly one of his big missions before the events of the sequel trilogy. He's trying to get back to the location in which he was created and put into existence. So what I really find very intriguing about this is that this is the moment in which we have Kylo Ren examining Darth Vader unveiling a huge secret about Kylo Ren's other master, that of course being Supreme Leader Snoke, the person that he killed. Now that Kylo Ren is the new Supreme Leader, he is basically trying to learn more about his grandfather at will, where Snoke was hiding a lot of these things from Kylo Ren. So the thing that really gets me is that the Emperor has been searching for the origins of the dark side and the powers that it holds. And Darth Vader is keeping this alliance with Snoke a big secret because he knows that Sidious wants that power and Vader wants it for himself. So it seems like that there's some kind of exchange going on here where basically Snoke is offering, as we went over just yesterday, Snoke is offering Vader the truth about the key to the immortality secret over in the Outer Rim in a specific star system, where Vader is going to get that secret by Snoke, where Snoke is then going to have something provided by Vader that would allow Snoke to go over to the Beyond. Now, Snoke is like keeping this big secret between himself and Vader, as well as Vader, vice versa, from Darth Sidious, because Darth Sidious wants that power. That could most likely tie directly into the major hints and or indicators that we have been going over, that Snoke was indeed Darth Sidious all along, during the events only of episodes 7 and 8. and that would really make a lot of sense as to why, Snoke kind of talks like Sidious, and why they even had, themes from the original trilogy during the throne room sequences. Very interesting stuff, I gotta say. So, I digress. This whole Vader and Snoke thing, I gotta tell you, very interesting point of the sequel trilogy, and I'm sure that we're gonna be learning more about this in the upcoming comic of course, Supreme Leader Snoke this September. Alright, just at the very end of summer of this year, we will be getting a comic of Supreme Leader Snoke that goes over events before the Episode 7 film, where he's training Kylo Ren. We get to learn a little bit more about his backstory and stuff around those lines. So I would really love to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments about Snoke and Vader, and how Snoke was actually created in the Beyond. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. Anyways, guys, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.